Here's what really went down and why Ime Udoka is the new head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. First off, we have to go back to when Kevin Durant asked for a trade. One of the things that he asked for was that if he was to come back, Steve Nash needed to be fired. But that didn't happen. But what happened after that was the Boston Celtics decided to suspend Ime Udoka for being a little horny in the office and smashing some non-fat milk. A Celtics female employee who was married and a Mormon and had 3 kids with a consultant of the Celtics. Her husband was the one that actually snitched to the Celtics about the affair. So we do know Ime Udoka, he rides on the milk yacht and he cheated on Nia Long. But the Celtics did a pretty good job of keeping most of the things under wraps. The full story never really got out there. So the Nets was like, man, if the full story's not going to get out there, we need to try to hire this guy because we have a dumpster fire that's going on right now. And KD and Kyrie, they don't like Steve Nash anymore. So what happened was behind the scenes, and Stephen A. Smith talked about this, was they were talking to Ime, say, hey, do you want to, come coach for us? We got a lot of white women in Brooklyn. And next thing you know, they had these conversations, and the Celtics said, you know something? We like the coach that we got now. We're not going to make it hard on you. So, yeah, you go ahead. We don't even want anything in return except we don't want to have to pay for your contract anymore. And at that point, Brooklyn swooped in. Once they realized that they can get him with no compensation, they fired Steve Nash, tried to make it pretend like it was mutual, but it wasn't. And then they hired Ime Udoka. Now, here is the caveat with all of this. Ime has been able to keep everything private. He hasn't had to talk to the media. No one has really been sniffing around the story for a while because, we move on to different things. But what's going to happen at that first press conference? And now that he's moved to a rival, will somebody from the Celtics decide to leak the entire story? That's something to look out for. Do you believe that Ime Udoka can turn around the Nets? What should they do with Kyrie? Has KD lost a step? Do you think he's no longer elite? Isaiah Thomas said his 30 points that he gets are not the same. You can answer all of these questions in the comments. I'm just going to sit back and relax and watch it all play out. This is better than The Young and the Restless. This is better than As the World Turns, the Guiding Light. If you didn't know, I watched a lot of soap operas with my grandmother with the kid. Hope you, when I was a kid, I should say. I hope you have a happy Halloween. R.I.P. Ruby. She lived till she was 97 years old. That means you're going to be getting takes from me at least for another 40, 50 years.